Hello again, everyone. Melth here, with more of my Baldur's Gate 3 challenge run, details of which, as usual, are in the YouTube video description. This time I'll be delving beneath Last Light Inn, and hopefully avoiding the crashes that have been happening for the last couple of episodes here. Watch out for spoilers throughout this run. Now, last time it had seemed that the game was likely to crash if I was up in or near Isobel's room with any character. But we'll try to record this episode. I had it crash while I was hereabout, somewhere like that. So apparently areas underneath that section are also dangerous. So I plan to try to avoid those by and large and get in and out of them quickly if I have to go through them at all. And maybe just have Ballista go in there for simplicity's sake.
Among us, a child taken, and still I can only feel relief.
Once again, Jaheira's lips up to the sink like everyone else's do. I don't know why that is. I used to not have that problem.
Honesty will serve you better than charity. I blundered into their trap, and it cost them.
It was less a trap and more just like we had no defense against them just flying in openly from the sky. We probably should have had, all the soldiers on alert for that.
Gruesome, isn't it?
I feel like we already kind of told her about this, but just trying to explore these conversations and see if there's anything useful here. This is silly. We've been able to get everywhere in the towers. We read books saying that he is trying to have Baldur search for the Night Song, which is the source of immortality. So we have all the information we need, basically, but we can't tell her for some reason.
Aligned himself with mind flares.
We actually have an answer to that. We found the book that says exactly what he gains from that he's controlling an elder brain. But again, we just can't communicate with the things that we found in this act.
Then speak. The same way.
This is sort of the information Ballista did actually want.
Poking noses where they don't belong. We sent an agent to infiltrate this cult. The latest fad among the city's bored nobility. Until that same agent returned.
Dialogue just got cut off there. Very strange.
My first encounter with a true soul. I'm glad ours ended on friendlier terms. From there, I made some inquiries of my own. Saw firsthand how easily the cult could turn friend to foe with but the twist of a tadpole.
She leaves out the incident with Minsk here, I guess.
My harpers and came to the source. Moonrise Towers.
This would be a silly question to ask, so we will leave it at that. Now, the kids are all talking about running off after Maul, and although the grown-ups should be able to hear them, they don't do anything about it.
How much further can I go?
Let me go up and talk alone to... these can first, then alone to Isobel.
How do we get into Moonrise? We can't fight those shadow things.
We could. I beat up those harpies. Way scarier than shadows.
You know what Mole would hate more than anything? Bad things happening to us. You've seen what's out there. We wouldn't stand a chance. But it's our job to bring Mole.
I already rescued a ton of people from the towers, so...
Super adventurer. And if we got hurt, Mole would be really mad at us.
Fine. But you gotta...
Anyway, she is not actually rescuable. She's not anywhere in the map. She just goes off and makes a deal with the devil and escapes that way.
Please.
What exactly happened is pretty vague, I believe. Speaking of things that actually I thought were vague but were not, I'd been confused last time by Isobel's cough and said that it might relate to her coming back from the dead, but I wasn't really sure why that would be. But this book over here reveals that it is because she came back from the dead, and something that makes her just kind of be gross in her lungs. Don't know why. Something to do with maybe Merkel having revived her, I guess. Anyway, let's talk to Isobel, and then get back out to the hopefully no crash zone.
Escape, Ketherick. Every soul saved is a blessing, and you're raining them upon us. Almost laughable that he sees himself fit to judge anyone.
Yep, I mean, he completely betrayed all his duties when he was the ruler of this town. So we can tell her about it. And she won't acknowledge that, the Night Song is her, former lover. Maybe she doesn't know that that's her new name. I'm not sure about that one.
I can't believe there's an end in sight. Thank you. Go on, then.
He's hoping for more information here besides the religious basics, but she just gives the
Light
basics.
and dark. Divine sisters ever at war.
Shar and Selûne, again, are kind of, out of all the gods in the Forgotten Realms, pretty much the only ones that have any kind of real special nature, that they're created by AO to create the universe. I guess they also created one other one to help with them with that. She'll basically avoid telling us anything here. All the other gods are basically unimportant in comparison to most ascended mortals or things like that, getting their power from mortal prayers rather than created by the god.
It belongs to the goddess Shar. According to the Harpers, it fell here when they...
Now, she, of course, was dead during this, so she wouldn't know too much about this, but he was hoping that as a priestess of Selûne, she would know more than we already kind of knew.
Right place, right time.
Very vague. She was resurrected, you know, in Moonrise Towers, seemingly, and then she somehow escaped and got through the Shadow Course and got here. Without just being rounded up by Ketheric, I guess. Okay, well, let's get out of here before things... Actually, wait, there's more dialogue, isn't there? There's one from the Dark Urge side of things, I think.
There is something about...
Yeah, we've been through this before.
It would be wonderful to kill...
He tried to just bring her up to speed about this, like he told all his companions that he has these urges, and most of them just dismissed it foolishly.
If you will do it, you can see she wants to believe there is mercy in all, even in the worst.
You aren't the first to threaten me. But I know the eyes of a killer when I see them. You mean me no harm.
Now, she's going to be wrong about this in like half of all games, but... Well, maybe not half, but you know what I mean. I guess she fails her insight checks sometimes.
Want to talk. The restless urge starts to scream. As suddenly as it started, you have tamed...
That was surprisingly easy for what was something supposedly so important.
There we are. The real you. Your affliction, is it? Doesn't rule you, does it?
I guess they approve from downstairs, that's nice. Even Astarion approves this time, although he encourages you to murder people at will on other occasions and tells you that if that's your urge, you should do it. I think that's about all there is to talk with her about, so let's head on downstairs. Okay. So with that, I think I'll have just Ballista go off and exploring maybe that side room where things might crash. Maybe I'll quick save so that I won't lose all this progress. Okay. Get in there.
Why?
There's a loose plank we can spot there. The kids that have been trying to steal everything not nailed down have really been dropping the ball there. This is kind of a hint about the Toll Keeper, I guess, although not in a useful way. Like, if there's any NPC you should have been warned about, it is the Toll Keeper, who has multiple instant death abilities that work in a very silly way. But even though they give you clues about her, they don't give you anything useful about her. I don't like that design. Kid left an emerald ring there. Again, they're
Awesome!
thieves, but they are just overlooking really obvious treasures. Maul should have trained them better or something. I guess Maul's only kind of marginally competent. Okay. I think that's about it for that room. Let's give the Snowburst ring to someone. Probably better than that. So whenever she does an ice beam, she can give people a chance to just fall over. That's pretty valuable. Okay. Oh, actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me switch out Minthara's amulet. I wanted to give her the Misty Step one now that Baldur is not wearing that. Okay. Was there anything else I wanted to do before going downstairs? I just remembered what I was going to do. I wanted to go over there and talk to Halsin about the incapacitated Flaming Fist. I think we've already done some of this, but there might be some new dialogue here.
Flame Color. That's your name, isn't it?
We already know this part.
I'm Fistula. We need you.
Okay, we've been through this. We've been through it. We've done all this before. Okay.
It is as you notice the
Alright, I tried to talk to Halsin. Let's talk to Halsin.
Daniel.
You get a lot of weirdly repeated dialogue starting in Act 2, I find. Where you've been to the conversation and rolled the checks and whatnot already.
It's true then. He's met Daniel. There's no other way he'd know that name. This is just what we needed. Well done. We need to wake him. He must know something about where to find Daniel. If he was able to escape the...
So we already have a vague clue that he probably left an instrument behind, basically. So that's what I suppose we're looking for now in character.
We need to...
The odds of that having survived the ravages of time seem very small, but conveniently
There must be
will be
something
doable.
to trigger him. A word, a memory, an item. We just need to find it. I don't deserve you, my friend.
Okay, let me once again quick save. And then let us run out onto the docks area, and then we can get down to the lower areas from there pretty easily. There are a few other odds and end type treasures around here, but I just, for avoiding crashes, want to get out of here as fast as I can, I think. I still have not found what the cause of those things is. I've tried quite a few things. I've tried experimenting with and without my recording software, with various characters, various summons there or not there, with mods on and off. Nothing really changes.
I'll give it a shot.
Alright, down to the jail area we go here, which I think is a no crash zone. Okay, there are a few odds and ends. I don't think there's much in barrels, but there are in some places around. I think there's a buried treasure for one thing. There we go.
What's that?
And a decently well concealed door there. So that would lead us back into this passageway that would then have another breakable wall leading to where the Meenlocks encounter is. But I feel that that's not the best direction to come at them from, so we'll go around the other way. Now, most jails in this game have nothing useful in the evidence chest and whatnot, but this one, for whatever reason, actually does. Let's grab that key. And yeah, some gold in that one.
What's in here?
Lots of thieves' tools locked into the cells. Questionable decision there. And this one, I think, has the other path to where the Meenlocks are lying in wait for us. Luckily, they didn't eat any prisoners here. Meenlocks are nasty critters. They're kind of these evil, corrupted fae things that just represent fear, I guess, and they, through vague magic torturers and whatnot, turn other people into Meenlocks like themselves somehow or other. Decent treasure there. Maybe we'll have Astari and pick that lock.
Easy. No time to rest.
Okay, so this is the thing you have to jump over so you don't fall off into the abyss there, but yeah, it's perfectly safe actually to just stroll through, so that's nice. And I believe there's a chest over here. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention that I do like. So when you're in the last light cellar here, before you know about the secret areas, you can see this area through this grill here. That's currently, can't really see much of the grill, but it is a grill. So it's kind of a good clue to people who are observing that there's a secret area back there. Not that it's hard to find, but I like that design overall. Got a little lazy there and had Ballista do it, but he's not a bad lockpicker.
Open up.
Coruscation ring. That one, I mean, we do a decent amount of spell damage. I think I'm in a place where I don't really need Mark of the Shifter that much, not doing that many skill rolls, doing a lot of combat for now, so I'll probably put that on. Radiating Orb again makes enemies miss a lot, which is, you know, obviously valuable sometimes. So there is our prey. A lot of these Meenlocks. There's like 7 of them in that room, I think, which is a decent quantity. And they can teleport, which makes the terrain somewhat advantageous to them, but they are mostly melee, but they do also have a fear aura to watch out for. So we probably want to get up onto higher ground if we can, I think, before the fight begins. I think we're kind of aware of them because we can see them from here, so we'll get up there at least and then see how far we can get before battle breaks out.
Have to keep going.
Not very far, okay. Well, in that case, let's have the others get in.
Eyes are made for the dark. fire.
Just trying to be fair here and not be using stealth in ways that don't make any sense.
Well,
okay, I think that's just about everyone. So the Meenlocks go pretty quickly. Now, I could actually do a lightning blast here that'd be pretty effective, I would say. You know, they are 4 in a line. Those 3 over there are pretty isolated. Probably waste a turn just coming to me. I don't know if I need to do that. It's probably possible to just blow them away from here.
go for the throat.
Maybe I'll do a error of many targets, see how many of them I can hit with that. Honestly, if you understand this, tell me how it works. I cannot get these things to work consistently. Like this one, I think there's multiple people in the AoE. I don't know how many of them it'll actually hit, but, you know, we'll try it. Okay, there I hit all 4 the way I'd expect it to work, but it does not always do that. So I'm glad it happened this time. Alright, this should be pretty much a guaranteed kill, although that one's out of range, so maybe it'll be better to go for, like, that one. Yep, okay. There we go. Now, can Ballista get a guaranteed kill out of them? Probably not right now, but
Taking up position.
perhaps if she goes up there and maybe cold blasts one of them or something. Sure. Wow, we're having pretty bad accuracy here. You know, maybe I'll give that to Astarion so we can use his speed, possibly get over there and get back. Right. Karlach, you take a try at this. Wait, is the shadow... Okay, no, the shadow is in the fight, so it's just... I guess it just blended there when she walked away with the light. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. That was pretty much minimum damage, but okay. Alright, all of that was just trying to get it down to a point where Ballista would kill it if he hits it. In fact... even this is almost a guaranteed kill. Yeah. So then, what can I do about those ones? Anything convenient? Maybe not. Maybe we'll just go for these guys that are right here. And just offhand shot that one, which will... yeah, a lot of misses, really. I haven't been trying to make myself be accurate here. I wonder if we can kill the thing with like a spike growth and just be lazy that way. It can teleport so that it doesn't kill it, then I better actually finish it with something else. Didn't do any damage. Weird. Okay.
On your command.
Very well. You have a gajillion attacks left. Just shoot with one of them. And then we will, I don't know, bonus action hide.
Time for a new approach.
And wait for them to come to us, perhaps.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Alright, so it has to dash. That's nice. They can shadow teleport, but if they come to us, yeah, that makes it way easier. Can we jump up to thereabouts and then maybe take a shot from somewhere? It was just showing me a place where I could do that. Why isn't it now? Which skeleton are you? You're that one. Okay. Let's just jump to there, first of all. Alright, so I know there's a spot where it could totally get there and just telling me that I can't now. Whatever, we'll just take that shot. Anyways, also see at range, the fear aura means nothing. As I've mentioned before, a lot of enemies in this game have one ability that's kind of dangerous, but only really applies if you get up close to them, and so a part of it no melee characters is just at a humongous advantage. I could probably close in and reduce his penalties, but yeah. I'm not even going to bother with those ones in the back. Just get over here, they'll have a Astarion finish you off. It's not that hard to finish off 3 Meenlocks. And you can see the Dryad already kind of helped out a fair amount there, blocking those ones off so they couldn't close in into teleportation range or anything like that.
Shall we dance?
Okay, I could do another arrow of many targets here, but that is almost certainly overkill. What we could do is retarget that. We can do that again infinite times, which is one of the things that's so great about Dryads. Being able to cast a level 2 spell at will, that's really good. Yeah, I wonder why I didn't damage the one before when I cast it. Very strange.
Luck comes easy these days.
Your command.
Alright, you're blocked there? Okay. Whatever, we can have Ballista get out of the way.
I thirst for combat.
Well, here you go. Here's combat. We could cold it, maybe knock it down that way. Not that it matters very much. And then... That's at the range where a starting would just instant kill it, isn't it? Yeah, easily. Let's have him just jump over there. Kind of waste one of his shots, but he should have plenty from here. Censored the violence there and cut away.
I wonder if this is worth it.
Well, Ballista would probably kill the thing if he attacked it now. And they could push that guy... that guy. No, he missed. Okay. That's not ideal. So in that case, we want someone to soften up to the point where it does get finished off by him. Or just have a Astarion take the thing down. Scared to kill with Cold a week. 95%. There we go. Alright, let's get that dried and have it cancelled before we walk into the spikes in any kind of crazy way. There we go. So, not too hard to fight, really.
Blood whispers.
I'm not aware of any lore for these Meenlocks being here, but there's kind of a decently appropriate thing you might encounter in a Shadow Curse area, I guess. I don't know of reason they would be immune to Shar's Curse in particular, but it's not implausible either. So, Half-Red and Morfred are brothers, basically. Morfred's one of the Masons, and actually we will meet Morfred, although I don't think he's named as such, among the damned souls in the House of Hope when we do that questline toward the end of the game. It's pretty interesting. I do find it interesting that the Masons here were actually up to a conspiracy, which, if you don't know, from early American history, there was this fad for being anti-Mason and accusing the Masons, the Freemasons that is, not just stoneworkers, of all kinds of kooky conspiracy type stuff. There's a whole single issue political party dedicated to being the anti-Masonic party for a while. So just a random hymn to Selena there, not aware of any particular significance to it. And the note indicated like the secret treasures of Selena were stored in some dark place. I don't think there's something too special here. I think it just kind of means stuff we've been finding along the way here, basically. So while recording this originally, I actually forgot to loot this Meenlock over here for the Covert Cowl item. A patron supporter reminded me about that. It's an interesting hat if you like critical builds. Now, criticals are fun, and I enjoy critical builds, but I will say, from an optimization standpoint, I am critical of the efficacy of critical builds. They're just not really good. See, if you think about it, each improvement to critical threat range you get, like this, basically would do superficially 5% more damage. And that 5% of the time, you'll be doing double damage. It's what it sounds like. But the problem is, criticals in this game don't really double your damage. They double the dice part of your damage, same as in 5e. And the thing is, most of the time, the dice will be a fairly small amount of your damage. Unless you're someone like a paladin doing a really big smite, it is extremely rare for the dice to be more than 50% of your damage. To give an example of how little criticals actually tend to matter on most builds, my Astarion is a pretty darn good damage dealer for most purposes, the kind of person you want to give more criticals to, potentially. But in this example, he does 29 to 43 damage, of which 25 is non-dice damage. So a critical only gives him 5% more damage basically added on to 3d4 plus 1d6, which is 11 damage, 5% of which is a tiny amount of extra damage. So criticals, fun, but not mathematically good on almost any build. So unless you're doing like 100 or so base damage before putting on the item, it's going to be less good than putting on something like the Strange Conduit Ring that gives you 2.5 or so average damage. So really, critical improvements are just not good, mathematically. They're fun though. I'm not going to knock that. This is from the era when Selena worship was outlawed here by Ketheric when he turned to Shar before he turned to Merkel. Who knows who would be worshipping next week if we didn't come along. Maybe we killed a follower of Lathander before he had a chance to see the light, as it were. Oh well. Now, what are you stuck on, Shovel? Get over here.
Mind never quiet.
Anyway, that connects back to the room we were in before. Now let's actually go back up some routes instead. I believe back in this section there's routes leading up to another house outside. Which is how I found this place the first time, actually. And then only after exploring the house, discovered this is in the basement of the Last Light Inn. You know, I don't know what happens if, hypothetically, you come from outside, having never gone to the Last Light Inn, get to this isolated house, maybe by super jump or something like that, without going to Last Light Inn first, and then emerge into Last Light Inn through that basement. I don't know what happens with your welcome at that point. If you've done that, let me know about that. I'd be happy to hear that in the comments.
Never a dull moment.
If you're wondering where we are on the map for testing that kind of thing, which I might do myself, we're over here. So you'd need to have a way to get past the Last Light Inn without going across the bridge. But I bet it would be possible with the right combination of jumps, feather falls, and things like that. In any case, lots of silver to loot, and out here it's Deep Shadow Curse, I believe, so if we didn't have the Pixie Blessing, we'd be in some trouble, but we do have the Pixie Blessing.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
I am, just like how I'm not aware of any particular reason that Meenlocks would be impervious to the Shadow Curse, I'm not aware why a Pixie would be able to completely negate it, but sure convenient for us that it does. Skeleton there has a ring. No clues that I'm aware of. I don't know whose house this was, really. Presumably the person just died of the curse because he's kind of on his bed or couch or something there. So, not like a purge of a Seluna worshipper. In any case, it just leads back over here to the Last Light Inn with a sign that's kind of placed in the wrong direction. Because again, I kind of ended up coming here before fighting the Meenlocks somehow or other on my first run, although I had been to Last Light, so I'm not quite sure how I managed that now. I've only done one, run of Act 2 before, and it was a while ago. Anyway.
Still need that bath, though.
Yeah, maybe don't jump into the Shadow Curse River down there. That's probably best avoided. In any case, those are all the secrets that I know of in Last Light Inn explored over the course of these few sessions. Let me know if you know of any more. I'd be happy to hear that. I'll have a quick save here in case of any crashes. And then in character, we now kind of secured the perimeter here and made sure there's nothing lurking down below that will, be a threat to people here. We have several things pointing us into Rythwin town at this point. And in particular, we know that Balthazar and Ketheric are both indisposed. And Balthazar's looking for the source of Ketheric's immortality somewhere in the town, up thereabouts, from what we've read. So we probably want to go follow up on that. While basically, their strike force sent here is gone, hasn't reported back, so they probably don't know what's happening yet. And we know the inn is now comparatively safe. Just checking the perimeter here. Oh yeah, there's this little funeral going on over there, I think, for Jonas, who is a harper that you only meet if you come through the Grimforge entrance. I think that's who this is anyway.
Safe here. More for me.
Now mention the two guys that just died, I think, moments before in that attack by the ghouls. That was pretty strange.
And we'll watch yours.
Because the ghouls never going to have the ability to just throw Shadow Curse and instant kill people in the middle of a lit area.
We need to end this quickly, before the shadows break through again.
Leave you alone there. I seem to recall that if you come at the right time, there's a funeral for Jonas going on there, but I'm not sure if that would happen given I didn't actually, ever meet Jonas in life. It's probably going to be faster to go through from the Moonrise direction. We'll do that now. So we're heading off now, although we don't know it in character, toward the Gauntlet of Shar. In character, we just think that we're going after where Balthazar is, who knows about the secret of Ketheric's immortality. So it makes sense to hunt him down fast. Out of character, there are a lot of good treasures in that area, so it makes sense to go there. We won't complete it yet, because going too far into it blocks you off from the rest of Act 2 and so forth, but it makes sense to go there now, I think, and claim some treasures, and then complete it later on, once we get to the obvious point of no return, essentially. Some skeletons here have notable treasures. I don't remember which ones, so I'll be on the lookout for that. Ah, it's Arabella. We probably hear that kid asking for help, and we'll certainly go up and try to help. I kind of thought when I first saw Arabella that it was being some kind of trick, like it's an illusion or something, but But no, Arabelle just somehow got out here. It is fine. I don't think the other Tiefling kids were talking about Arabelle, which is kind of odd if you think about it, given how worried they were about any other kids being missing. She got these mysterious powers from the idol, of course. Oh man, lots of dialogue is going to cut off weirdly here. I wonder where that's happening.
Sorry. It knocks the wind.
We should probably deal with these shadows right now, right?
That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all.
We're just talking while these undead horrors are inches from this kid.
Hard and say some loud words, and then it happens. Mostly. I was looking for Mum and Pops.
We keep getting vague stories about Zevlor having screwed everything up. We'll find out he somehow got mind control, despite being the kind of paladin that's completely immune to mind control.
Mum yelled. I could hear him running behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it. Thanks, mister.
He's mostly saying this to get this kid to not be out here in this dangerous area.
The vines won't last forever.
Mithara disapproves of that. I guess it kind of makes sense. We shouldn't be agreeing to help some random kid find random parents if there's more important things going on. But he didn't really mean it per se. I mean, if he comes across them, he'll try to rescue them. He's not sure this is a good idea, given that...
So you send Mum and Pops there?
You know, he might kill her or something. But there's no way she'll get to last light without, you know, some kind of help from him. In any case, let's take out these shadows. Do you have your action back?
Survival is all that matters. I've got a long road.
Pretty easy.
You sense a swell of grief. Before the shadows took her, this woman sense a matriarch's blush.
Well, there's I think like another shadow that mentions that they did not want to name a child after someone named Mulder or something like that. I forget the details. But you know, I think I probably better wrap up here for now. I've had a pretty good run with no crashes. I made some good progress. Lots to think about doing next time. Thank you for watching. And a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Master Knight DH, Jackie, and Lino, Travis, Carlo Andrea 97, Cthulhu's Mom, Oliver, Andrew Curzon, Trubsy, Skill Rap, Gregory, William Wakefield, Danny Hall, Jeffrey Morse, Just, Becca, Jack, Mashas01, Jacob Marshall, Nubiana, Till Fisher, Discord Colossus, Nicholas Schmuck, Kostya Nesterovich, Goman Blackrock, Dodo King 4, Marcin Bialik, Techno Waffle, Nebular, I Loop, Michael Francis, Emperor Kong 420, Robin Mackey, Micken Balls, Stygian Flamey, Micah Murray, Christopher Allen, Stefan Van Zyl, Eddie, Wendy, Ali Kasamoglu, Lucas Riverola, Skylar Sauce, Nick Myers, Bethany James, Emp Ninjas, Prebin, Mango Jelly, and Chupaton. Have a great day, everyone.